All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another. Thank God it's Monday. Always like these after a long weekend. It's like we just couldn't wait to actually get back. We're gonna see what the morning's gonna bring. Uh, all right. See what we're gonna do for today. All right, my thought for today, and to get this week kicked off, is that you cannot be average. And if you want to be a successful day trader, there's no way you can be average. I know this kind of goes against my name, the Average Joe Trader, because I'm just an average guy, just like most people. But the thing is, I may be an average guy, but I can't be average. I couldn't be average. I had to be above average in pretty much everything I did. Because I realized the average people in this world, they're the ones that are on the outside looking in, wondering why it's not working out for them. Same way in trading. These guys who just thought they could come in and just do the status quo, they're sitting out wondering, why isn't it working out for me? Why isn't it happening for me? And the problem is they want these above average results, but they're stuck on average. Their problem is average. And what I mean by above average results, being a profitable day trader is above average. If you're going to be profitable as a day trader, then you're above an average person. The average person loses money. The average person doesn't make it. So to be successful in day trading, we cannot be average. We have to put in above average effort, above average time. We have to have above average will. We have to have an above average work ethic. And that's what's gotten me to where I am. I sat around being average, expecting above average results, and it just didn't work. And it wasn't until I made up my mind that I was going to do what I needed to do, that I was going to put in 120% every day on the time that I had allotted for this. So you have to remember, you can't be average. Yeah, we're just average everyday people. We weren't born with silver spoons in our mouth. But that doesn't mean we can't put forth above average effort. Because what it boiled down to is these guys that are not making it, they're not where they want to be because they're average. You can't put in average effort and expect to make your dreams come true. You have to work hard enough to not let this game play you, but you got to work hard enough in order to get paid. And the only way to do that is to not be average. So let me leave these thoughts. Ask yourself these questions this week. Are you not where you want to be in your trading because you believe you don't have what it takes? Are you not there because you believe that you don't have the ability? Are you not there because you believe you don't have the talent? Or that you don't have the opportunity to make it happen for you? If you have these beliefs, they can easily be overcome. by putting in above average effort. Somebody that's of average skill can really take off if they put in above average work ethic, if they have above average will, if they have above average, they put in above average effort, if they give 120% day in and day out. Those with the average skill, those with the average ability, the average talent level, they're going to rise above everybody. And they're going to knock this out of the park. And you're going to be the one sitting back wondering why these guys are making money and I'm not. And it could all boil down to one simple reason. Because you're average. Because your effort is average. So just think about that. I can't, if I was average, then I wouldn't be successful in doing what I'm doing. I wouldn't be successful in this chat room, in this community. I looked at everybody else out there. All of these chat rooms, they're calling out trades and they're showing you after the fact. You don't see them. They don't put themselves out there. They don't open themselves up and put themselves out there for you to see that they're an open book. I had to be above average. I couldn't be just like everybody else. That's not what's going to get you to the next level. When I'm doing the day trading class. I'm not giving you a video and telling you to watch it and email me questions. I'm there every class. I'm there talking. I'm teaching live, and I'm there during the week. Where if you want to talk, you need to Skype about something. You running into an issue. That's what I'm there for. That's above average, and that's the work ethic that you have to bring if you're going to be successful in this. So I wanted to think about that and kind of think about it this whole week. We may revisit this, but it's just that important that you can't make it just being average. All right, let's look at some trades here. INCY, I'm actually liking to recover some of that big gap down, but we'll look at that. This hit the scan very early this morning before I even left to take my son to school. And this is news from last night, that it's moving off of. And then LLY is another ticker, but it hasn't made this scan yet. But LLY is going to be another one that we're going to look at. It is over here, I believe. Yeah, because it's got a 1 billion share float. But it's still a halfway decent mover. So I will, have it on my watch as well. Or we're going to vet it anyway. MGI, I think I heard earlier that this was a buyout. Let's double check. Okay, bounces following amended merger agreement. So they're still in a kind of a bidding war. So I'm not sure. I doubt if it's going to move much anyway. I'll take a look at the chart, but I doubt if that's going to be good. I don't think that's going to be enough to move it. ALR. Yeah, that's a buyout deal, a merger. STRP. No fresh news on it that I see yet. It's probably out there, just probably hasn't hit. Or Finviz just hasn't picked it up yet. But I'll take a look at it and see. Where's my pen here? Alright, so we're going to look at INCY. LLY. Alright, let's look over here. It's about some merger. Oh no, that's 5 million share float. It's not gonna fly. Alright, so INCY and LLY, I'm gonna be looking at pretty close now. The float on INCY is a little bit too wide for me. I think we recovered some of this gap down. But the float on this is wicked. Right now it's $1. And of course, we're going to keep our eye on our good buddy AAOI and see if it turns out to be in play today. We might get some continuation, and we'll take a look at that as well. So let's bring these charts up here. No, that's not the right one. Not the one I want to see. Here we go. And I hate this. I don't know what happened. I had to reset everything and reinstall a driver, and now I got these big headers on my chart. I can't stand this. So I'll work with that later on today. Yeah, I mean the spread. So this might be something that I don't even trade. Just depends on how the spread comes into play. See, INCY, we're in a nice window here, but you know the spread's gonna have to tighten up some. Because right now we're at 70, or about 75 cents. 75-cent spread, so can't really touch it right now. LLY. Let's take a look at it. See, this is out of whack, and I might have to reinstall this as well. Let's see if I can find out where it's trading at. So this is well above. So I'm thinking is it in this area? In this window here? Yeah, that's where it is. When this thing is off like this, this is a pretty tight window here. I don't know if LLY is going to have enough juice to move. Let's see. I don't think this is gonna have much room to do anything today. It's gonna take a lot of volume to drive this LLY. But we'll keep it on watch. I don't have anything else hitting the scan here. Alright, so let's take a look at our old pal AAOI. This is what I'm looking at. We closed at 45.30. Just below this 45.39. So got to change this a little bit. It's pretty much close to the same price. So I want to be looking, everything I'm going to be looking off of this 50-day here. That's kind of been the gauge and the litmus test for my trading. So I'm looking to see if we fade this again. We gapped up, on that news that I think was a bunch of BS. They just did that because the stock was on the verge of falling, rolling off of a cliff. But you see, we had this big gap up and then this massive sell-off. So maybe this was a chance for some people to, some insiders to dump some shares, to get out, and which could explain a massive sell-off here on Friday. But I'm looking to see if we get, open and start trading below this level, and which will make it, we will be going red to green here. I mean green to red, if it works out. But we'll, just have to wait and see. Can't anticipate on this. So I'm gonna wait and see what happens. If we lose this and we confirm the loss, because we would have to lose this 45.39, which is the 50-day, then we'd have to go red on the day. We'd have to stay that way. And then I will look to get back in for another move, potentially back down to this 40.55, which was, the top of this gap here. We didn't get to recover this gap or fill this gap back in, but the last time down. But I would like to see another test of this. I doubt if we're going to get the volume that we got. And we had 13 million shares traded on Friday. As opposed to this, this was a pretty volatile day here for it. And it only traded 6 million shares. So definitely going to keep it on the radar this morning to see if it can keep paying us. See if anything else hit that was interesting. Nope, nothing else. No, it looks like we're gonna start out to a slow Monday. We won't have a whole lot of earnings hit until after close. Man, I really hate this computer now. I think I'm gonna have to sit on the sidelines first part of this morning because I'm really getting frustrated. I'm gonna have to, once I get off of this, I'm gonna have to restart my computer again. I don't know, this update that Windows did is wreaking havoc. And I uninstalled it and I had to reinstall a whole lot of drivers because it was affecting them. And now I'm back to losing my screens here. So don't want to spend the day being frustrated. Why would you retreat the same thing? Yeah, we've got Netflix and CUDA, United, Pinnacle. We've got a nice group of stocks that are going to report earnings on this aftermarket and pre-market tomorrow. We got GNC, HOG. That might be interesting. So it looks like we're going to have should have a pretty eventful Tuesday. So I just may be geared up for it. I don't really see much going on here today. Looks like the spreads have come together on INCY. So that might be a good look here. Let me check. No, we're still above that 125.49 level. And we're still sitting on support here. I don't know if we're going to get a bounce. I'm not sure if there's enough volume to drive this thing higher. That's going to be the key. So it would be a little risk here trying to go long, looking for it to push up in as we go into open, but not really willing to deal with that risk. Yep. So my X is not on my scanner. So if it's not on my scanner, it's not something that I'm gonna look at to put on my watch list. Unless it's something that I've been like AAOI is something I've been trading for the last 2 weeks, and it's something that I've been tracking. So that's gonna stay on my watch list until it proves that it's not in play anymore. But X is not on my gap scan, so it's not something that is in play for me. Not something that I would put on my watch. That's one thing you have to be selective about. When you're building your watch list, you want to make sure you stick to your stocks. You don't want to crowdsource and then start adding stuff to your watch list that other people put out there. you that's you're right about that. That's funny. Yep, that's my ex, and I don't want to look at it. All right, guys. So looks like all I'm gonna be watching this INCY, um, LLY, and AAOI. Those are just the stocks I'm gonna watch. Um, don't really have a favorite out of these. I mean, it's just a matter of watching to see what they're gonna do. I don't have any bias, or I don't really feel too excited about what they're gonna bring. Because right now it doesn't seem like much. So we'll just have to sit back and wait and see what it has in store for us. And you see LLY is still hanging around. All right, so that's what I'm gonna be looking at this morning. We'll see. We'll sit on my hands. I'm not gonna push it. One thing that we proved last week, I think I did. We did a little bit over $1,600 last week, and we didn't trade Friday. Friday was closed, and then Monday was an abbreviated day. It was like a half day for me, because the morning I had to go to a meeting. So, I traded 3.5 days last week. So you don't have to trade every day in order to make money. You just have to make sure that you stay focused, and that you're selective, and that you're managing your trades. That's what's going to help you at the end of the day. That may help you okay. That may help you from ended up having a red day. And I hate starting out the week with a red day, because it kind of sets the tone for the week. And then it takes a lot of mental energy to keep from thinking about it, and just to focus and take one day at a time. So my thing is, I try to take one day at a time, one trade at a time, and not think too far ahead. Just focus on the moment. Just trade in the moment. And when it's all said and done, if I've done my job, then the profit's going to be there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm signing off the morning show now. We don't have a whole lot going on. Just going to watch those three stocks, INCY, LLY, and AAOI, to see what they give us today. And then I'll be moving forward from there. So you guys have a good day. Stay green. Remember, just take your time. And if you have to sit on your hands, sometimes that's the best trade. So take care, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.